Welcome to the Untold Success Stories, from battlefields to boardrooms of purpose. Friends, from serving in the Indian Army in extreme terrains to leading high stakes security and strategic ventures in the corporate and government sectors, this is the exceptional journey of Captain Raguraman. His story is not about ease or prestige, it is about discipline forged in hardship, leadership shaped in uncertainty, and the courage to carry those lessons into corporate strategy, national security, and thought leadership. We all know Captain Raghu for all these aspects. Now, the question his journey invites us is this: how did a man train for combat, strategy, and sacrifice transition to become a leader in risk, security, and new ventures? And what can those watching this video learn from his path? Friends, Captain Raguraman grew up with ambition shaped by integrity. He studied commerce at college, cleared exams that tested character, and joined the Indian Army as an officer cadet. He learned early what it meant to lead under pressure. In the Army, he was deployed in high stress, high risk environments. He served in active operations in Punjab, operated in high altitude terrains like Siachen, took part in United Nations peacekeeping, and then taught young officers in the School of Armored Warfare. His early attempts to make impact inside the forces had victories and failures alike. He led men under weather, under threat. He learned that leadership is not about command alone, but also being first in harsh, cold, and last in rest. The struggle, the conflict, the uncertainty taught him lessons that no classroom can. And then came a spark. He saw that many skills acquired in the armed forces, that is strategy, discipline, dealing with stress, leadership under crisis, were deeply relevant in the corporate life, government, and national security. He believed those virtues need not remain confined to uniform services. He moved to the corporate world. He identified three strategies that shaped his casual framework. First was his offer, bringing military precision, crisis leadership, and ethical strategic thinking into business, risk management, and national security. Secondly, his audience: companies, institutions, the government, and young leaders who wanted integrity, clarity, and courageous leadership. And third was his operations, building credibility through performance, learning every part of operations from ground level, not just through titles, and bringing together teams, aligning purpose with action. The pushback was severe. Many in the civilian world saw military experience as too rigid. Some questioned whether battlefield lessons apply in boardrooms. Others doubted authority in strategic advising, especially in government or corporate risk functions, with politics, bureaucracy, and the inertia that it brought along. There were frustrations, systems slow to change, criticisms from those who knew established ways, unwillingness in some parts of the systems to accept accountability, requirement to prove repeatedly even after success. All were the challenges that he faced, and the turning point came when he was asked to lead NATGRID, National Intelligence Grid, a strategic government initiative to build surveillance, intelligence, and coordination capabilities within the country. Now, that assignment validated his belief that discipline, ethics, and strategic thinking from the military can be scaled for institutional impact. His work built trust across agencies, built systems rather than personalities. The momentum followed. He became president of risk, security, and new ventures in a major industrial group. He authored Every Man's War. He spoke widely in leadership forums, trained young professionals. He became visible as a bridge between military, government, corporate, and the civil society. Friends, today's influence is substantial, not merely by position, but by mindset change. Organizations seek his counsel. Audiences relate to his stories. Leaders learn from his strategy under pressure. The battlefields gave him tools. He used them to build institutions of trust and very high performance. The payoff is not just accolades or leadership roles. It is in seeing systems change, in mentoring others, in leadership cultures adapting humility, accountability, and courage. It is in inspiring young people not just to climb the ladder but to carry values. His journey offers several life lessons: persistence, serving in challenging arenas, moving through sectors facing criticism and yet continuing. His vision, seeing that virtues cultivated in service can power corporate, national, and social good. His courage, making transitions, stepping into uncertainties, and leading difficult tasks. His generosity, sharing knowledge, mentoring, speaking, writing, so that others may learn without enduring the same pain. At moments like this, poetry captures more than facts. In storms where cold winds whispered fear, he stood firm, a leader the world could hear. From trenches of duty to halls of strategy, he wore his scars as badges of mastery. This is why his story belongs to the untold success stories, because it shows that leadership shaped in hardship, discipline, grounded in service, can transform ordinary lives into extraordinary purpose. Friends, if Captain Raguraman's journey inspires you, please pause and reflect. Which lesson will you carry forward? Persistence, vision, courage, or generosity? Comment below and share your reflections, and like this video if you believe true leadership is forged in adversity. Share with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe for more untold success stories from India in this series. Friends, I'm a strategic growth investor who invests money, technology, experience, influence, and ecosystem to take businesses to the next level. You can message me to understand how this can empower your leadership path. And friends, all these videos are possible because of our sponsors who make it possible to share such powerful stories like Captain Raguraman. My first sponsor is Sante Spa Cuisine, reminding us that wellness and mindful food nourishes not just bodies but values. Board Active Gym Wear, proving comfort, strength, and integrity stitched together power every journey. Turning Red Media Studios, where stories of service become platforms of influence and monetization. SDG Water Storage Solutions, securing today's water to protect tomorrow's security. Friends, this was an episode of the Untold Success Stories, from battlefields to boardrooms of purpose. Ordinary lives living extraordinary journeys. See you in the next episode.